ATPF families, I am Katriel and I am an intern with ATPF. Today I'm going to be continuing in the series Life Lessons with Katriel, and this is the second video for that series. The topic for today is be aware of your surroundings. I'd like to tell you to make sure to always signal, check the spots your driving instructor taught you to check, look through your turns, and keep your eyes on the road. Also, make sure to take a course on how to drive in dangerous driving conditions such as snow or rain if possible. It's really important to know how to drive in the rain because I feel like it rains in most places. It may not rain all the time or very often, but when you have to drive somewhere and it's raining, you need to know how to drive in the rain. The snow is a similar situation, especially if you're in a place that snows a lot. So just be aware of how to drive in these conditions because otherwise your driving can get really dangerous and things can get really bad really quickly. Never look for things in the car or try to change anything in the car unless there's an emergency until you are stopped either at a stop sign or stop light. So I learned this the hard way. Unless you are in an emergency situation, and then you should look for things when you need to then, because if you need to look for something quickly to survive, then obviously you should look for it. But make sure it's safe first and don't be looking for things at the wrong times. And then never be too worried about staying close to a friend you're following on the road. You endanger your safety or somebody else's safety by making a dangerous driving move. What I mean by that is if you're following someone on the road and another car wants to get in between you guys, let the car get in between you guys if it's really intent on doing so, instead of causing an accident because you were too scared to let a car get in between the person you were following and you. Make sure you are following people in a safe way when you are driving. If you need to follow someone, like a friend, your friend might be a little annoyed you didn't stay too close, but just explain that you had to let them in order to keep everyone safe. Avoid calling and texting while driving. This one's really important, especially texting. It's just something you need to avoid because if you're texting while driving, you are going to be in very distracted states of mind. And even if you're not in a distracted state of mind, it's still just a dangerous thing to do. So I don't recommend doing that. That is brought to you by the website Teen Driving on NHTSA. And NHTSA stands for National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. And I mentioned it in my last video on the driving. And there's also other websites like that to go to get driving tips. I would recommend staying on the .gov websites because they are more reliable than the other websites, .gov or .edu websites. And I recommend that you look at driving tips such as that website and other websites to help you learn how to be a safer driver and before you start driving and while you're driving too. I'm giving this lesson because I've learned a lot of these lessons the hard way. I've made a lot of these driving mistakes. So I just really know the valuable lessons here of how to be safe while driving. And I also know the dangers because I have experienced some of these and almost ended up in a car accident with some of these. And also I just want to say that it's really important to take a course on how to drive in emergency situations because that really helps when you get to emergency situations. And the main point of this lesson is be a safe driver and take courses to help you be a safe driver. Be focused on driving, don't be searching for things while driving, and be prepared to deal with different driving conditions and all driving conditions that you're going to have to face. The questions I have for you today are, what are some of the best driving training courses and companies recommend? One of the ones I recommend is Master Drive, as you can see from the photo, because I did Master Drive and I really liked it. And also, what are some driving tips you have? And thank you for watching and have a great day. Goodbye.